LLMs aren't just changing search. They're changing the way that consumers and companies interact with digital ads. And what's coming is going to be a big deal. So it's no secret that OpenAI is deep at work at creating their own advertising network. But let's set the table a little bit on why now is the right time. I recently just read a research paper that said LLM generated search traffic is on pace to surpass Google search traffic by 2028. Additionally, OpenAI is burning $7.5 billion per year. $6.5 billion gap they have to close. If there's anything Google or Facebook taught us about the last 2 decades of the internet, you do that with advertising. So today we primarily have 2 ad units. One is keyword based. Other one is a creative ad network. This one's going to be a little bit different. This is going to be a conversational interactive ad unit that's going to be inside of OpenAI. Let's take a insurance agency, for example. Let's say a consumer is using ChatGPT to say, hey, help me identify how I can lower my monthly expenses. GPT is going to go through their monthly expenses, probably identify that they might be paying a little too much for their auto insurance. Then it's going to go to its ad network, do a call, almost like an API call to say, hey, anyone who's advertising here, I have a consumer who's interested in an auto insurance quote. Connect your service and display your quote. And to the highest bidder, you'll be able to surface an insurance quote directly inside of OpenAI. This is just one example, of course, but it shows you how interactive this can be. So it's actually really funny that we're making this video because it reminds me of in the early days of Mav, 2016, Facebook announced what they called at the time messenger ads. We were one of the first people to get access to that. We built one of these use cases with one of the largest insurance companies in the world. And at F8 that year, they showcased our use case as one of the most successful ones.
So what does this mean for businesses who rely a lot on leads?
The days of simply advertising your brand and that being enough to drive economically viable lead flow is probably coming to an end. I think we're entering a new time in history where your ad unit is going to have to deliver real value in and itself.
So what can agencies do to prepare?
So if things play out like I think they're going to, obviously having your own MCP server is going to be clutch in all of this. It's a very technical thing, but it will be required. I guarantee you that OpenAI will probably make this a lot easier with templates and, almost click no code type interface. But I also guarantee you that's not going to be phase 1. It'll be phase 2, phase 3, and the opportunity you're going to miss by not taking advantage of that day 1 is probably going to be pretty huge. Now, if you're an existing Mav customer, you're going to have access to all of this day 1 the second this goes live.